Today I want to share with you a story. The story of a man who is considered one of the greatest generals of all time. The man's name is Julius Caesar. I'm sure you have heard of Caesar. Julius highly admired Alexander the Great, the man who conquered the entire known world only at the age of 32. Can you imagine such a feat? Of course, this Alexander would end up dying, young at the same age, for unknown reasons. About 200 years later, Julius will be born. So the story goes like this. When Julius was still an aspiring conqueror in the country of Spain, just like other famous men, he decided to visit the statue of Alexander the Great, perhaps to get some inspiration, to make some personal vow, or to create a memory. And so he did pay the visit, accompanied with few of his friends. Julius sat next to the feet of the statue looking up. He looked at the majestic creature, who made him look like a footnote in history. Contemplating this very idea, Julius broke down, weeping and weeping for some time, and suddenly storming off from the place like a wounded child. He has experienced a reality check. Julius's friends were astonished and confused. This was so unlike him. Their friend was extremely confident, stern, and cold in nature, at least in public. Once they asked him what was going on, he answered that he, Julius, was 32 years of age, and he has done nothing worthy of praise or remembrance, while Alexander conquered the entire world at the same age. Julius must have thought, I already spent some of my most important years and didn't accomplish any extraordinary feats, nor did I conquer any nations. Who will remember me? Who will remember the name of Caesar? Will I live my entire life a nobody? So many questions must have went through his mind. His ego was heavily bruised. Just like your ego gets bruised every time you hear about someone younger than you, someone who has accomplished so much more. Just like my ego gets bruised when I think the same. Almost any other man would have stood there, watching the statue of Alexander, perhaps wondering about his conquests, admiring his greatness and mastery. But it takes a Caesar to aspire to be more than just a pawn, a speck in the eyes of a great man. Julius recognized his capacity for becoming great, and this incident was a testament for his resolve. Is he going to follow his destiny or surrender to his whims and weaknesses? If he chooses the latter, then a man may as well be a dead leaf, floating in the autumn breeze. Thanks to moments like these, Julius Caesar went on to make a name for himself in the pages of history. Despite his moments of doubts, he fulfilled his destiny and became a prolific conqueror. Now, if I ask you who is more known, is it Julius or Alexander? The answer is more likely to be Julius Caesar. Do you know why? It's because despite Alexander's achievements, his legacy disappeared with the wind immediately after his death, while Julius left behind him one of the greatest empires in history, the Roman Empire, and gave the world Octavius Caesar, the great Augustus, with the Golden Age. The point of the story is this. We all experience moments of doubt. So, if you feel like you are late, like you have wasted years of your life, like your peers have left you behind, or that you're not making much impact on the world, you are not alone. Many important men and women have lived and continue to live there with you. The key is to push forward, because it's never too late. Reading biographies is a good way of hammering this perspective into your head. Currently I'm reading a biography of Tokugawa Ieyasu, one of the last unifiers of Japan. So, if you've enjoyed this video, help the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you want to become smarter, watch both of these videos over here. see you guys in the next video. Stay sharp.